Good morning, everybody. How you going? So I'll just wait a few seconds to see how many people come on. I've got an announcement to make about some actions that are happening. So there goes the announcement. I'll just wait for a sec. There it goes. Okay, so I can see a few people here. I don't know who they are. It's not coming up in, but I can see you up there. So I have an announcement, but we need your help. So I've posted the bank account details on this link. We need your help. On the week of 15th of March through to, hi Susan, how are you going? Through to the 19th of March, there is a lot of, excuse the messages coming in. My phone doesn't stop. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh dear. Hang on, it's going to go ding again. So, okay, we're going to start again. On the week of March the 15th through to the 19th, there is going to be a lot of actions online and offline that are going to be taking place around the country from all different groups, including our group, okay? Our group are doing 2 on-ground actions that week. 1 in Canberra, right? So I need to sort that out really quickly. I'll be going to Canberra on the Monday the 15th for an event on the Tuesday, which is not just myself, but it's Living Incomes for Everyone Life campaign, AUWU, Get Up, and other groups will be joining us. That'll be a doorstop event and also approaching and talking to MPs and a rally. Okay, so that's the first event. I can fly back into Brisbane on the Wednesday. I need to stay overnight on the Wednesday night. Okay, so that we've got another event outside Indue at 2 on the Thursday morning. Again, we invite all the different groups to bring their people, and we're asking unions to jump in and members of the public that can come, and that'll be at 9:30 on the Thursday morning of the 18th. On top of that, Karen Griffiths, who you would have seen on the 7:30 report, is going to come down and join me on the Wednesday. She's going to drive down from Bundaberg. So I need help to get some petrol money for her to do that, because she's a sole parent with 5 kids. No, she's not bringing all 5 kids, but she will be bringing a baby with her. So she's coming to the protest, and she's going to be outside Indue with us. And I'm sure she's going to have a few words to say to Indue. So that's our on-ground thing, and that's where we need you guys to help us fill up the account so that we can cover the travelling cost. The accommodation is being looked at in Canberra for me from another group. So I may not have to book accommodation in Canberra. I may have accommodation, but I definitely need the accommodation in Brisbane on Wednesday night. And that I can get quite cheaply. It's $150, and it's just up the road from Indue. It's very convenient in the way that I don't have to walk 10 miles, and I can leave my car. Oh, hang on, I won't have my car, that's right. But and if you're asking how I'll be getting home, I'll be going home with Karen, who can drop me off on the way home, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? In her car. So we're working it all out. We've got the logistics all set in place, and I can now tell you guys what we're doing. I'm organising a couple of new banners to take with me to Canberra, and I'm going to be making some calls today about who I can go and talk to as well while we're down there for the day, on that day of the 16th. So it'll be a rally, a doorstop, or a presser as they call it, and then catch up with other MPs and go from there. Oh, it's going to be a busy week, because there's going to be online stuff too, that for those of you who can't catch up with us in Brisbane, right, you can do stuff online as well. And for those who can't come to Canberra, there'll be online activities as well. I'm just nutting it out from the other groups as to how to promote it for them and how we can all do this. Okay, so the details of the bank account are up there in the at the top of the post, and anything you can spare will help immensely. Okay guys, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not dragging luggage and everything to Canberra. I'm taking a backpack and the banners. And I'm going to travel as light as I can. I've done it with my walker and it's just a nightmare. So I'll just do the best I can. And hopefully there won't be a huge amount of standing involved. But if there is, oh well, I'll sit on the grass and they'll have to pick me up afterwards. Brisbane's not a drama as long as I can stay there overnight. Got Karen sorted to come down. She's going to get to say her piece at outside Indue for sure, and then look at actions outside job agencies as well. Serena Russo for one. So I'll let you know more details as we get more, if I get any artwork or promotional stuff. I will promote it on the page as well. But yeah, it's going to be a busy week. It's because the other groups are all pushing for the $5.50 raise for job seeker youth allowance parenting payment, because that's the amount that it should have been if John Howard hadn't have frozen it in 1994. Not this piddly little $3.25 a day that's being touted now as an increase. It's not even enough to buy a bus ticket, right? As disgusting, insulting amount that the government wants to raise it by. The job agencies and the rort that is, and the punitive actions against people from that sort of thing, the cashless debit card, it's about the whole lot. So yeah, it's all right, Jen. It just went ding ding ding. It's like, I had to wait for a sec, you know. That's all right. I'll have a look at your messages in a minute. So there's a lot of people trying to put stuff together online and offline, on ground, and trying to really push this government and talk to the MPs and say this is not on for across the board for everybody who's involved with Social Security. You know, and don't think that we don't talk about pensioners either, because we do. With the I'm trying to bridge the divide between the pensioners saying, oh, but the job seekers get more, blah blah blah, or whatever. It's not the case. We need to unite and stand up and fight for Social Security to be equalised across the board. I am a very strong advocate for individualised Centrelink payments, and what I mean by that is that each person as a citizen gets their payment, and it isn't impacted if they get married or they live with somebody or their partner's working. They still get a payment, not this ridiculous system we've got where if you're living with somebody you risk end up with nothing and no income, and that disproportionately affects women. Not being sexist, but it's usually the women who end up with no income because the partner's earning $10 too much. And so this is what we've got to do, and I'm going to be putting it out there for you guys to help. You know, Rebecca says she was on parenting payment but didn't get the $5.50 because she's on DSP. That's right, because people on DSP didn't get it, right? It should have gone across the board, but it was deliberately done that so that there's infighting and division between the different groups of people on Social Security payments. So, and what we need is unity, and we need people to sit down and go, okay, I didn't get it, I was on a DSP, but those people on the job seeker desperately needed it. I mean, for me, for Jodie to come to my house, and for the first time in 2 years, she could eat fresh vegetables and meat. And we went out shopping, and she bought fresh vegetables and meat. She came back and she cooked it all up. And I've never I sat opposite her, and she was so tucking into this food, and it's like, because she's on $4 a day. She's on $4 a day, you know. I don't know whether you can hear me. I just had a call come in and I just declined it. You know, food, you know, those, hang on. Sorry guys, if this is in my, hang on, my daughter is ringing me and I don't know why. Yeah, and now she's messaging me. Hang on. Sorry guys, I'm just letting her know that I'm live. So, yeah, those that are disabled on Job Seeker, 270,000 people that are unable to work, that are kept in abject poverty, that can't afford to pay for specialists and treatment and medications because they're trying to live on $4 a day food is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Our system has to change. It is so broken. What it's doing to our kids is horrendous. I'm about to have a discussion with my daughter about her youth allowance, and yeah, and hopefully things have worked out. If they haven't, then we're going to be putting up appeals, because our system leaves our kids on the streets as well. You know what I mean? And it's not fair, and we shouldn't have. It's supposed to be a safety net, you know, not a drag net. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, so anyway, I will get off and attend to what my daughter is doing. The system is very broken, Suzanne, and we need to fight to change it. The only way we're going to change it is the people need to stand up and say we've had enough. And to combat against those, oh, get a job, you lazy bludger, this, that and all the other. And, oh, look, other countries don't have welfare, blah, blah, blah. We're not other countries. This is Australia. And we're supposed to have a dignified social security safety net that's supposed to be able to allow people to pay a rent, buy food, pay bills, and stuff like that. Yeah, so I've got to go. They've stuffed it up again. See, this system is so broken. I'm going to go off track here. My daughter's trying to get independent rate living. Her rent is $300 a fortnight, right? I went into Centrelink last week and I got the lady to upload my lease that proves that she can't live with me because they put me in a 1-bedroom unit. They're still fighting about it because the report says there isn't enough room at my house. They're deliberately screwing this kid over, right? They denied her a claim October 2019. Oh. Anyway, I've got to go and sort this out, and I'm going to be ringing a senator's office to get this sorted out, because this is what they do to kids. They left my kid on the street for 6 months, right? And they denied her payments for a further 7 months, right? This is ridiculous. This is just, it's just getting ridiculous. They're going to try and make her homeless again, because she's on the base rate of $309 a fortnight youth allowance. Her rent's $300 a fortnight, plus $40 towards the household internet and her share of the electricity. There's no money for food left, and it looks like they're going to fight over this. Oh dear, oh dear. So even though I've handed in the paperwork and uploaded it to Centrelink, they still haven't released. They didn't load up my lease paperwork. Yet she took it and did it. So guess who's off to Centrelink again? And this is what pushes our kids off the edge. And this is what, how many kids have committed suicide on this card? How many kids have committed suicide because of this rubbish? It's broken, and we've got to change it. And I'm going to be in Canberra to help all these other groups and stand up against the card and help change it. We have to do it. And yeah, somebody says, I'm in Hinkler, not on the card, but it's disgusting, and I'll be putting LNP last on my vote and Hanson second last. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is no way to treat our people. Whether you're 17 to 70, payments need to be livable. Doesn't matter what it is, okay? It has to be livable, because we've got so many young out there that are trying to make it in this world on their own. Out there renting rooms, trying to study, paying rent. Well, we've got elderly people at the other end that are on a base pension, trying to pay private rents and starving in the process as well. It's right across the board. So, okay guys, sorry to get personal there, but it's a bit hard to pay attention when I know that I've got to go and take the paperwork in again and have another go at those people and say, nothing about my lease is on that paperwork that I gave her my lease. So what did she load up? Here we go. Wish me luck. Last time I went through this, I had to walk outside, sit in my car and have a smoke and calm down because it was just pure stupidity what was going on in that office. Right? Staff that were giving me the wrong form, staff that didn't know what they were talking about, and then staff blaming my daughter for their staff not uploading documents. You know, it's not on. The whole lot has to be sorted. And I haven't had to deal with a job agency, and my daughter's they've just transferred her to Serena Rosso, and that terrifies me. They are the worst. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. If you can help, if you can donate, the link there with the bank account is on this post, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.